Watch your coffee. You got to be careful. See, it doesn't matter who hands you the bad stuff. It doesn't matter where you get the bad stuff. It'll still do its damage on your bank account, wherever you get it. Mr. Schultz gave me one of the greatest phrases when I first met him when he said, Jim, every day stand guard at the door of your mind. How important. Stand guard at the door of your mind. And you decide what goes into your mental factory. Don't let anybody just dump anything they want to in your mental factory, because you've got to live with the results. Okay, here's the last disease, and we're through with this list. In fact, we're almost through. Hang on. The last subject is very brief. The last disease, but this one is deadly. Engage in this one, indulge in it even slightly, and you might as well forget the future, because it's going to forget you. Complaining, crying, whining, griping. A Bible word called murmuring. See, that'll ace your future. Spend 5 minutes complaining, and you have wasted 5. And you may have begun what's known as economic cancer of the bone. Surely they will soon haul you off into a financial desert and there let you choke on the dust of your own regret. I hope I said that well, so you won't forget. It's a deadly disease. If you don't think it's bad, ask the children of Israel of Old Testament fame. Typical of us all, their story just happened to get in the book. Story says, children of Israel were slaves. God performed a series of dazzling miracles and got them out. And now they're heading for the Promised Land. Remember the story? Heading for the Promised Land. Tragedy of the story, they never got there. Reason. From day one, they started to complain. They griped about the water. They griped about the weather. They whined and cried and griped about the food. They griped about the leadership. They whined and cried because it was too far, too cold, too hot, too difficult, too miserable. I mean, they whined and cried for years. Finally, God said, I've had it, trip canceled. Or something like that. The story says they died in the desert, never got to the Promised Land. Which I think means two things. Indulge in this long enough, you get your future canceled. And I guess it also means even God Himself can only take so much. Okay. Just be on the lookout of the things that can destroy all the good you start. The war is on. And this evening, tomorrow, mentally, personally, socially, economically, you got to make sure you're winning the war.
Let me tell you something. A lot of people use their work, their business, their profession, their success. A lot of people use their pursuit of education, their professional students. You've been in college for 30 years. And you just keep taking more and more classes and courses and more things, or you work overtime, undertime, side to time, round to time. A lot of people are church addicts. Every time the church opens, you're not just a member of the church. You don't just come to Bible class. You're in the choir and the usher board and the praise team and the Will and the Fried Chicken committee and the this and the that and the other. And let me tell you something. If you succeed in every area of your life, if you succeed, you've got the best health, you're in the best shape, you're the best looking, you have the most formidable personality, you're successful, you're financially secure, you're respected every time you walk up down the street. If you succeed everywhere else and fail to have peace and joy and love in your home, what does it profit you to have all of this stuff on the outside and have no place to lay your head, to rest your mind, to know that this is solid and this won't shake and this won't break. It is very, very important to you. Foxes, whenever they sense danger or trouble or become weary, they always go running into their homes. That is the safe place. That's the secure place. He's grounded there. Whatever's going to come, I'm going to deal with it because I'm in a place of grounding. You understand what I'm saying? Birds of the air have nests. They say, I know there's a lot of things that want to devour me, that want to get me, but if I can make it to this nest, I can get in this place where it is difficult to get me. If my nest is solid, if it's secure, and I had to build this nest. I had to work on this nest. So all of you who say, you don't understand my situation, you don't understand my house, you don't understand what I've been through, you don't understand my circumstance. No, you don't understand that nests must be built from broken branches. If you can build a whole nest from broken branches, you can build a whole house with broken people. But it's got to be built. The problem today is we want prefab houses. It's easier to go get somebody else's husband than it is to develop See, nobody wants to do the work of building the kid. They want to scream at the child. They want to beat the child. They want to yell at the child. But the child has learned a lot of that behavior from what was modeled in front of them. And you have to get down on the ground level wherever they are, even if it's the juvenile detention center. You got to go where they are and start building that child block by block by block while people are talking about you. While they're criticizing you, while they're saying, where's your God? And I thought you were a Christian. You don't have time to worry about what people think on the outside because this family thing is too important for me to be yelling back at my neighbors. I'm trying to build something out of these broken pieces that God has given me. Oh, glory to God. Where are my parents at? Build that child. What good is it to build a house if you lose the child? Build the child. The child will outlast the house. Build the child. The child will take care of you when you're old. Build the child. I know they're broken. I know they're crazy. I know they got on your nerves. I know they cuss you out. I know you feel like nothing. But when you get through feeling like that, get down on the floor and start building that child. Because you can't have a nest if you can't work with broken branches. Broken husbands. Broken wives. Everything in your house is cracked somewhere. Everything cracked somewhere. Look around this room right now. Look around this room. Look at how handsome and good looking and attractive these people are in this room. Don't they look good? Dressed up, got the hair done. Look at the nails. Nails all shined up, pointing at you. Isn't that nice? Smell like a rhododendron. Just wonderful. Glory to God. Isn't it wonderful? And everything you see is cracked somewhere. And the only reason you don't know it is because you haven't got close enough to see where the cracks are. These three areas build that which is broken down. You got to have economic support. You got to have economic support. I know you all think that once you're a Christian, all you have to do is speak in tongues and wait on Jesus. The Jesus bus is going to come get you and take you to be with Jesus. But while you're waiting at the bus, you're going to get hungry. When I got ready to talk to my wife about life insurance, she said, I don't want to talk about that. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to have no discussion with you about that. I said, oh, yeah, we're going to have a discussion about this. She said, I don't know who you're going to leave it to because I ain't going to care. I'm going to be crazy. I said, you're going to be crying and you're going to be hollering and you're going to be screaming, but you're going to have to go to the bathroom, so you're going to need toilet paper. You're going to get thirsty, so you're going to need water. Sooner or later, you're going to get hungry, so you're going to need food. And if we don't have no gas oil, you're not going to be able to eat. I've never seen anybody so grieved that they didn't go to the bathroom and eat and live and breathe, and it's going to bring you back to reality. You need stuff. You need stuff. You can't pray away your need for stuff. You cannot put spiritual solutions over practical need. You cannot fix a physical problem with a spiritual solution. Sisters, more Jesus ain't gonna make you more wife.